Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you a massive greetings from the TNN podcast. My name is Prince Emil Koma, and today, now the 6th of March, it's a Thursday, 2025, and it's exactly 9 p.m. on my side, and we get a very special guest, and we get so much for discuss, and time is not enough because we get to observe, the time limit where we set. Having said this, there are many things happening in our country where we're concerned about. Practically, these things are not really new. These are things that we've been opining on for many years now. And many things haven't changed at all. In fact, some things, seem to have gotten worse. But the main center of the discussion tonight is about the All People's Congress. And as soon as we see the title, Convention 2026, and whether there are any other, issues around this where we suppose say there are. It's not a smooth run, but however, where something for happen, definitely we will agree say for happen under which auspices and circumstances are some of the things that I want to discuss with my guest. My guest is a familiar face on social media. He's no stranger to social media, obviously. He's got a platform of his own, and showcasing the same story that we would only talk about for many, many years now. And he's none other but Mohammed Kamara, known much more as Supermed. Supermed, welcome to the program. I think since the new year we just seen. So can I just wish you happy new year, you and the family, and welcome to the program TNN podcast.
Thank you very much, Brother Prince Emil Kuma. And again, I say hello, I do to family all around the world, and happy new year to you. And to all them people who want to be see since this year don't begin, happy new year to all of them. And Eid Mubarak to all the brothers and sisters, Muslim the way they fast, and also the Lent season, and happy Lent season to all the Christian brothers and sisters where they fast as well. Thank you.
Yes, and if I may just add my voice there again, thank you for bringing it up. In fact, it slipped my mind. Imagine such a huge occasion. So can I just use the opportunity on this platform for say Eid Mubarak to all we brothers and sisters in the Muslim community, both at home and abroad. And thank you very much. Super. Obviously, the road to convention is a very important topic. Absolutely. But having said this, I want to look at where we are coming from and where we are going. So just quickly, on the issue of electoral justice, what we believe is an obstacle to the road to 2026, a subject which you've spoken about enough, and you've annoyed a lot of people, to be fair. But I think you've taken a strong position and you've made up your mind since, and based on waiting, My question just briefly on the issue of electoral justice is 2 or 3 parts, but for begin with, do you think a lot of people are resigning to the reality that electoral justice, whilst it is a noble cause, but it will not be hijacked, in other words, as a part of the party holding electoral justice as a carte blanche for deprive the APC of going forward, especially with Convention 2026. Do you think a lot of people are resigning to the fact that this is, for use your phraseology, 2023 elections done and dusted?
Yeah, thank you very much once more, Brother Prince Emil Kuma. And before I opine by the question we pose, I just want to push back to people where they talk about this electoral justice, and they more of the assertion that the party not fit for the people by electoral justice struggle. I want to say to them people, no, the party fit. The party, don't forget, put when the election come on and say that they boycott government. The party decide for boycott government. They call the implement no go parliament, the chairperson, the mayors, and the councilmen not going to cancel local government at all. And that was, I think, how many months? So the party followed the structure, the leadership by then under Dr. Samura Kamara. The leadership under Dr. Samura Kamara come again and tell we say, make we go into a dialogue. So we went into the dialogue. We all know what's happening. I don't need for dwelling to that much anymore. We know what's happening during the dialogue. And again, the dialogue comes to a conclusion where we see by the end of the tripartite committee with the recommendations, so on and so forth. We also get a pending article 4 and others that are yet to be implemented. But there is an agreement between the government and the APC as a political party. So if anybody now they proclaim saying in an effect for electoral justice, the party not fit for electoral justice, that is not true at all. The party went through all the process, all the facts, and we arrive who we arrive. Whether in form we say we get an agreement where the international community will be trying to, they are also partners with agreements. We give you that 84 recommendations where all man say they're actionable. I mean, according to the agreement, they're supposed to be actionable and implementable. So I just want to touch that side even more, make people understand that the party fed tooth and nail, to make sure say we get to how we get for that we succeed. So the aim of all the people that get is that we get early election or anything like that. But throughout the dialogue we go through, that was not possible at all.
Okay.
So now let me just land part. Wait exist. So now the party, demand fit say yes, we don't get an agreement. Then other things that have to go on for prepare. And we know say constitutionally, the party a mandate, the people that lead the party, the mandates, they get time. So that is why we get in lower level elections towards the end of this 2025. In the early 2026, will they get with convention? Because the mandates of the people that lead the party, they expire. So if the people that don't say anything, they do nothing, then the party will be leaderless. We will become no leadership, no structure. And the party could even be ceased to become a political party. So that cannot happen. So I hope people understand that, say, what the party go through, so that the process where the party is supposed to go through, they need to do it because they will go against anybody. This is just the normal process the party as a national political party they go through. So I hope, say, there won't be any issue. It is quite open and clear, say, very soon, and a couple of months down the road, we go get lower level election for ward, constituency, district, and regional. And early next year, we will get national and flag bearer elections. And as you see, the campaigns are all over the place now anyway. We always see all man different people in the campaign now. So it is quite clear that things have moved on. Unfortunately, some of we, not that to be the anticipate, what to be the hope for 2023 did not materialize. We fed tooth and nail, the party fed tooth and nail, but we end up with how we end up soon. We don't want to blame nobody. There's no more time to blame anybody. You know, this is the only month we get, so we get Ramadan, they go on, we get Lent, they go on. Everything will put in a God in hand. Now God destined say, Usa will end so that so will end. And God knows best. So we appreciate the fact that the party holds steadfast and things are moving along now the party. And I believe that many APCs, 95% or more of the APCs are moving along now, you know.
Yeah, okay. And I think that answers the question, to be honest, and thank you for the elaborate response. We set the goal, you know, quite clearly, but the bottom line is the party has moved on. But the question still remains, Super, about the issue of unity, because the party needs a unified front for do anything that they would like for do. I believe they would like for bring everybody on board and for move ahead. Although sometimes it's practically impossible because you still forget opposition, but you need the greater numbers. Because whatever the case, a lot of people still get for being left out because they feel aggrieved. Do you think on the road to convention that the party will be unified enough, there will be strength enough, courage enough, you know, for take the fight, you know, here to convention, for try for emerge the victorious with the left and right of the party all supporting not all of them per se, but the vast majority supporting the party initiative and the position for go to convention and eventually elect a flag bearer stroke presidential candidate?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And in fact, we don't begin see them already. We don't begin see them already. We don't see the party don't open the play field for so many people to participate freely and fairly, which is very important because that will be one of the key foundation for make all man go come together. When everybody think, I don't know, I think say there's something with the echo in the background. I don't know.
No, I hear you clearly, and I don't hear any echo at all. So probably they come from your side, and I don't see anybody comment about echo or something. Yeah, but
Okay.
carry on. You sound very clear.
Okay, that is fine. Thank you. I've visited the echo. I believe say when the party don't create this level playing field, it give the impetus to everybody for support whatever eventual outcome may come out. It is no longer about this and that. It is a fair system where all of the participants and people who go for contest for different positions go be seen, go see the process is free, fair, and transparent. I feel say that one of the key foundation for bringing everybody together. Because don't forget, when everybody thinks say they've been treated fairly, you not get no qualms to complain. I believe say there are other people who will be disgruntled when they feel say the party not doing enough for fight for electoral justice. These are the people that will continue for talk to many understand say the party do everything in its own power for fight for electoral justice. That now take into the dialogue under the leadership of a former flag bearer and leader, when Dr. Samora Kamara. Now take into the dialogue, and we see what in comments that dialogue did. It was not only we and the SLPP, the international community was also part of that dialogue. So it comes to a conclusion. And the party demand say we get for move on in terms of the party activities. Like what I say earlier on, if the party be still not doing that, not prepare. But now for what the work is say, well, the mandate of the leadership now the party right now, the approach for end, what will happen? So I believe say because of everything is geared towards 2026, it give the party a long time for reconcile and many people then come together, many people understand say yes, it is very difficult, but
so Super, I guess you still hear the echo.
Yeah, they hear the echo small, yes.
Yeah, because I don't know why, because me they hear clearly, but Delwin just confirmed that there is an echo. So I don't know whether you watch up or you get any other gadget on your end where you get them on as well.
I get a gadget, but it's on mute completely.
Or they're on mute, so it should not be happening. And
yes.
I'll get me back up as well. Where the volume there is 0. So I don't know why, but me they hear you as
there is
clear.
No now why they talk the echo day.
Yeah. So yeah, just continue where you were. Maybe we'll try to figure out what the problem is.
Yes, exactly. So like I believe say eventually people will recognize say the party don't fight very, very hard.
Okay, I hear the echo from the echo, there's a delay.
Yes.
Yeah. But just carry on. Let me see whether I can try to figure this out.
Yes. The party don't fight very, very hard. So I mean, I call on all APC comrades then. Now the diaspora mainly, where we are all disappointed for 2023. Some of we will be there by the campaign 2023. We were attacked in Kenema, in Kono. People they see the way now maybe they drive na Mio motoka. Where so many people, so many things happening, even fat tear gas inside me motoka. The fat tear gas is all we do so many things. But like where I say, it was not meant to be. We believe that the APC will win the election. But as we all know, African politics, winning election and winning power is two different things. We believe so, we win the election. But unfortunately, they not declare we winner. So we went through all the process for protest. We boycotted government. But with leadership back then, when Dr. Samura Kamara decides, that we're going to a dialogue. And the party demand say, whatever conflicts big tete, now some sort of dialogue will resolve them. So in the end, we went into dialogue, waiting commodity, we all see them. It was very clear the 84 recommendations now for improve the electoral processes and procedures in the country, not about an election, so on and so forth. Not at all. So I appeal to APC comrades, many in the diaspora.
Okay.
Say, disappointed, we are heartbroken for waiting up in 2023. We get a responsibility to the people of Sierra Leone as APCians. We all see what the country go through the today. And the people of Sierra Leone, that they count on we APC for come and deliver that country because we get a track record. They don't see SLPP in governance. They don't see APC in governance. Now most people realize say APC in governance, the worst APC government, a better pass the best SLPP government. So we get a responsibility as APCians for come together and say, yes, despite we disappointments, we anger, but now we look at the bigger picture. The country, they cry for APC. So now we come together, now we full receive them, tell we order them and ready for redeem the country back come 2028.
Right, super. So I promise you this is the last question on, because you've addressed it a lot, even on the program right now, but just shortly. Then one day we still hang on to electoral justice, where I still believe it's a noble cause that can be fought in a different direction, not as delaying or holding the party, from going forward, because the party, to be honest, get a huge obligation towards the citizens of the country and its membership, but part of its membership feel aggrieved because they felt that they were cheated at the last elections, which you just articulated just now. But we go agree, say things need to move on, and you can still fet the issue of electoral justice away from holding the party hostage, from moving the party forward, so that they can take on the responsibility when they owe the Sierra Leonean people as well. But the question here, Super, when you talk about electoral justice, just the word justice alone, a lot of people will expect that such an issue will be fought in the courtrooms of the country. But this is not the case, is it?
No, not at all. Exactly. But that was in hindsight, that was one of the biggest mistakes where the party not decide for take the issue to court. That was the biggest mistake. And in hindsight, I think with the party had an issue with the judiciary in the country. But again, now the judiciary will get. Now they get the legal mandate for annul an election. Now the government will say, okay, this election, we don't annul and for do one back. Other than that, now there is no other legal way. And now we don't hear the ramification around that the leader himself choose for say, we not going to court. As the leader, the party decides, okay, well, you know, leader, maybe you look at something that will not see it. Let we falling behind you. So they falling behind him. They say them boycott government. They did boycott government. We know say many months, we MP they're not going to parliament. We mayor they're not going to cancel. We chairperson they're not going to cancel. We councillors they're not going to cancel. Until the leader himself, by then, when Dr. Samura Kamara comes say, make we go into a dialogue. Some people were disappointed, but they think about them and fit say, whatever conflict, however conflict big today, now per dialogue we will resolve them. So they went into this dialogue.
Okay. Super. I think we've spent enough time on this, and it was necessary. It is necessary because more clarifications need to be provided, and opinions, still need for weigh in and see which one is more convincing enough. And I believe you are very convincing on this particular issue. Let's move on to the issue of 2026 APC convention. What members or the country as a whole should expect? Who are the who's? I know there are few people that we don't express intent of coming flag bearer. I mean, why, who, what? But what are people to expect? APC Convention 2026. I know so they beat gun, but we always stay ahead of the game, or we try for be ahead of the game.
Yeah, I think people that expect a very smooth process. We don't see plenty talented people already where they show interest for aspire, or some already don't declare. Say then they aspire for the flag bearership of the APC party. So APC party get plenty talented people, and they're all conducting themselves in a manner where befitting the position. So we're very grateful. We're very pleased on waiting they go on at the APC right now. We see all man the campaign amicably, respectfully. They follow the rule of law, and they do them in a manner where they show that these people are ready and prepared. Like a government in waiting. So we believe, say, 2026 convention will be a very free and fair process. We believe, say, we will go to that convention, the delegates will come vote, the person they elect, all man will come near them and congratulate them, and the party, all man will come together and begin work seriously and begin plan and prepare for the 2028 general elections. So we are very optimistic, and the signs are all good. When they see the people that plenty campaign they go on, when they see the potential flag bearer, they come together, they're all friendly, they all talk to each other, they're getting along very well. So the signs are very good, and we hope that will continue going forward. And come 2026, the election will be very free and fair, and APC will elect the most suitable candidate for that particular time and begin prepare for win a landslide election from 2028. So we are very hopeful indeed.
So, quick question on that basis, there, Supermed, because earlier on you talk about the qualification aspect of candidate, and you hope that APC will pick the most suitable. So, just on that note, when you talk about suitability and then a qualified candidate, what does that imply? What do we mean by, or would that meet the bill, and what do we mean by qualified candidate? What do make them get the skill set, or waiting people that they look for, or waiting it mean for letting you become an APC flag bearer?
Well, now a very broad question, because again, many people will get different what they look for in terms of the person and feel say a more suitable for that particular position come this time. And first of all, the party get their own criteria set.
Exactly. So when you say broad question, I agree with that. But I mean, they look at from the party in own criteria, because in the end, it's going to be about delegates, correct? Voting for potential flag bearer aspirants. So there is something that these delegates will be looking for, even though they are representing different aspects of the society.
Yes, indeed. I mean, the party own criteria, I think, is well known, which say the length of time if you don't at the party, and waiting will make you qualify for even from the world level, take on to the constituency, take on to the district, take on to the region, national, and flag bearer. We all know, I think, the criteria are well set. We know about the 5-year continuous membership. We know about as a flag bearer, if you only get one nationality, Sierra Leone nationality, all of those criteria in line with the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone. So they are clearly stated. I believe most people go through them, people they try for buy, and make sure they meet same criteria in the first place. because it will be very disappointing that you as a candidate therefore go along through the whole process. You not check whether if you meet the criteria in the first place will be really, really unfortunate on your side. And also,
okay. Many thanks for.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I be one move on, but obviously you get something for say we sound really important just from the start, just for add to what you been say. So please say.
Yes, what I want to add is, what if people they look for the candidate? For that sake, right now, we for talk waiting Sierra Leone as a country they go through. Sierra Leone as a country, will they go through dire economic situation? We all know the kind of hyperinflation in the country, the lack of employment in the country. You know, then also we get basic services then, like light right now, not the light crisis in the country. You know, the crisis for water, ordinary pipe-borne water. You know, the poor wages, so many things then what the country go through. So I believe somebody were grounded now the country, we understand the country, we then at the country, we understand the issue there. So people will be looking at those set of things. Say, what's in your own capacity for understand able to deal with this issue is going to be important. You know,
absolutely.
Because, these are Herculean challenges, I must say. Even right now, anybody will go give salon for governor with kind of situation who says salon find himself right now. I must say it's an Herculean task. But what is Salon they hope for? They don't expect you say over the 5 years you don't turn salon to New York. That is not realistic. Salonians are not looking for that. But the ones who say you don't move the country to a trajectory when they see progress, when they see things improve small. I think you talk say things are stabilizing. Because right now, what you get the hyperinflation will get, today they go buy to the 10 million, tomorrow we're gonna have 12 million. Today they go buy 12 million, tomorrow 14 million. So it is so bad. What do people want? They want okay, now 10 million meet today. Let go be able to maintain the 10 million first, but let's see first. Who's how they go? You know, if not like some begin can't today, may not like say they first bar. If you not reach all massive, if not 90% reach the capital, but when they get the light force, may that be stable force. You know, the few people that get pipe-borne water, many water they run force. So they know if government will stabilize all that one day, then they do work for projects or move things forward, then they are moving in the right direction. Obviously, we cannot say that.
Okay, super. Many thanks for that. Let me just come back again to APCN Convention 2026. And I want to move on, here to issues of more substance, relevance. I know they say already we talk not relevant, of course, very relevant. But now it's about the Constitution, and I want to pick your brain because I don't say man, we're familiar with the Constitution to a large degree. So the question I want to ask regarding the Constitution is one way people are supposed to know, but just in case they don't know, I go one for let you dwell inside since we talk about qualification and suitability in terms of the party politics and election of flag bearer, stroke presidential candidate. I want to let you enlighten about the demographic perspective to the electing of such leaders, not only the demography, the religious aspect of them, and then the gender aspect of them. In other words, what does the party require for choose a candidate which is representative of the country in terms of the different aspects they will get for use, both on the number 1 and number 2 level. In other words, the flag bearer and the deputy flag bearer, gender-wise, religious-wise, demographic-wise.
Okay, and again, that is very interesting, what you highlight. So, because these things are not enshrined in the Constitution. This is not just an understanding for some sort of national cohesion and inclusivity that the party can follow that trajectory. Like, for instance, if they get somebody in the north as the flag bearer, they want to have somebody in the southeast or in the western region as the running mate. Sometimes if they get somebody maybe as the flag bearer, na Muslim, then we won't forget the running mates as a Christian. This is just a gentlemanly understanding where the parties in Sierra Leone can upkeep as part of for sure say they are inclusive. They get this national cohesion and then bring everybody on board. So but it is not enshrined in the constitution per se.
So super, just quick one, just for Botin, I agree with you in terms of party constitution, but what about the national constitution? Is there anything within that regard where make party get for honor such a structure?
No, not at all. And it's interesting. Even in 1991 constitution, not at all. The party, you can say you pick your candidates and you run in it now one village. Still within the diktat of the constitution. However, for sure that the country say you party, you include all man, you appreciate all man of the country. That is why the party can take up upon themselves say, if we don't get somebody yonder, na the north, or maybe na the western region, we need probably get somebody na the southeast. So many shows say we party get a wider reach. So that is all that just an understanding where party them down and back on over the years na Salone. People that feel a very good approach because you know one like you party, the people that feel you party only they look for people them from one side. So really, it's not dictated in any aspect of the constitution. I say for do when I just I think where both the main political parties have done the practice over the years. We say okay, for being inclusive, we need for bring come all man and even with leadership for bring come from all the different angles of the country. So that is an understanding where we don't do all along, and it still seems for they continue. Whether I ever continue back, we don't know because. Again, this I'll give you another case study where it happened. Now Nigeria said we get the same pattern, but we see in the last election when they elect Tinubu, because they make like Muslim Christian. Tinubu when they elect him as flag bearer, he decided he said in one image now Muslims he choose, but in the end he still win the election. Because they talk and say, well, at least in interview, say, well, in the choose the most suitable person. So in order to choose them based on any other thing, they choose them based on suitability. And indeed, it choose somebody where the person got the same religion, but they still win. But again, like I say, we in Sierra Leone, we don't continue with that man they see so get multi-party democracy. And it's still I think say a good thing. Me appreciate a good thing. I believe say it where they include different aspects of society. It is very good for cohesion.
Okay. Let me play some mind games with you, if I will, Super, regarding people we already know say they don't express intent for become flag bearer, and I go like for also look at potential, others them way by actions, on the ground and other places. Have done so as well in a different way. I mean, for express intent in a different way. Whilst others are loud about it, others are subtle about it. We know one of the people, Dr. Sufyan Kaloko, a man who I believe say you're familiar with, has expressed intent, and we'll get on this platform soon. Watch out. And Dr. Richard Conte, of course, has been no bones about his wanting to lead the party and become a president. And then Alhaji Chief Sam Sumana as well, we will talk about later on towards the end of this program. And I wonder whether you can tell me of any other potential names, where not necessarily meet the suitability that we talked about earlier, or probably does even meet the suitability, but the idea is they harbor such intent. Yeah. What do you think about the candidates that we just mentioned, and potentially others where you get in mind if you want to discuss that with the general public from your perspective as a political analyst?
I think the candidates we just mentioned, they're all fine candidates. They're very, very fine candidates. And also, we get all the candidates we mentioned, and plenty. We get like Honorable Bai Mahmoud Bangura, we get Lawyer Ade Macaulay, we get Honorable Chairman Major Madamba, we get also Honorable Abla Timbo, we get quite a lot, Dr. Kefala Mara, Dr. Ibrahim Bangura. So we get quite a lot array. Ambassador Omri Goli. So we get quite a lot of candidates. And that's why I say FPC are blessed. We are blessed with talent. Plenty talent in the party. So it is up to we now in our APC where we look at these candidates in detail and look at the candidates who we say go able to make win the election in a landslide come 2028 and vote for that candidacy. That's the jury's out, so the delegates them. And don't forget, so the delegates are second for go through their own election because there's going to be lower level. We're going to elect new delegates. So then delegates and I forget that responsibility eventually for make the decision for choose who that will be the flag bearer. Some of the presidential candidates. I believe they go look at all of them here. Like what some of the candidates we don't call and that one don't mention, and so many others who don't mention. Very, very fine candidates. Yeah. Very, very fine candidates. And they even are candidates like Madame Ivonaki. So all of these people are very, very fine candidates. You know. So
but super.
They are very people. It is just that
yes.
At the end of the day, you get for choose one. So
yes, at the end of the day, you get for choose one, and this exactly leads me to the question I want to ask you, because it seems like there is going to be a pool of candidates and talents as well. Will make it difficult. Is there any criteria towards the process of leading to the convention, or anybody we put in name we qualify, we could mean 15, 20 of them, and then you're going to take this heavy pool of fine candidates for going to make a decision at a conference where probably will last for a couple of days. Is this itself not a disadvantage?
Well, unfortunately, it's democracy. Democracy, everybody will meet the criteria, get the rights, and for in contest. That is why the criteria are set. Obviously, a presidential candidate has to be a Sierra Leonean citizen, I think 40 years or so, and can communicate in English. And also for the APC party, you get for 5-year continuous membership, and obviously, if they get for put for pay, that in all of those things, if you don't meet them, the party cannot come to me and say, "Oh, Supermed, you meet all these criteria, but because of the candidates and Boku, or if you say maybe you know they will win, for contest." No, that means they don't disenfranchise me. I get me right. If I want contest, once I meet the criteria for the contest, then they leave it to the delegates. The delegates then get the right now for go choose whether they want candidate A, candidate B, C, X. So that is democracy in action. It's some people will say, "Oh well, the candidate and Bokulo just make a." But again, if we say one democracy, we therefore follow the tenets of democracy. I remember one time, even the bench of democracy like the United States, one time the Democrats were doing primary, they get nearly, or the Republican over 17, 18 candidates. And through the primary system, they whittle them down. But we're not going to system, we'll get one system.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was speaking to. We still follow the tenets of democracy. But just for avoid, that clogging up of candidates when it comes to that main day where decision is going to be taken, there is a system, your filter system in between, declaration and then convention, so that, there's some arrangement in which they can sift from the fine to the finest, if you understand what I mean. So instead of 20, 30 candidates, they go forward. Which is a problem in itself. Yes, the exercise of democracy, but then many questions will come out. Therefore, don't streamline, and just as the example you've been earlier. But Supermed, in terms of all what we've said, and I mean pertaining to the foregoing, how optimistic are you that Convention 2026 will take place? Because I watch social media and other sources of mine where I see people and they say some people of some prominence, and some are expressing their disgruntlement in behalf of others who can't, because then they're in a very responsible, sort of position, and they can't speak as such publicly when they say that convention will not take place. Hence my question, how optimistic are you, Super, that 2026 convention will take place?
Now, I'm very, very optimistic that 2026 convention will take place. Very, very optimistic. For the simple fact that the mandates of the executive will get, it will run out. So if the election will take place, then we will not get no leader. The party will go against the 1991 constitution. So the party cannot afford for that. I believe some people, like you said, some people are disgruntled, some people get different ulterior motives, some people go talk and this and that. But
and I want to interject on that basis quickly. I just hear you mention it would be contrary to the 1991 Constitution. Is it the 1991 Constitution that the party is going by? Or do I get questions to that effect with regard to the new Constitution? I'm a bit confused myself when you mentioned the 1991 Constitution. That if the party not do the due diligence by holding convention in which the executives will have to, go out. Is it based on the 1991 Constitution or the new one?
It's based on we own Constitution first. Obviously, it's also for do that. But let me say, we own Constitution, which is the 2022 Constitution. Then the 1991 Constitution is supreme. We own Constitution, they under.
It's a party.
The 1991 Constitution. Yeah. So the 1991 Constitution was in supreme. Under they get a election body where they create when the PPRC, where they regulate all political party affairs. So if we abide by that, then we more or less not able to operate as a political party. So I cannot see any unless a court injunction or something, but I cannot see anything possible. We're going to make we know.
This is exactly why I ask you. This is exactly why I ask you the question, because both constitutions abrogate the duty to the party. Say at a given time, and correct me again if I'm wrong. I'm not too familiar with these things, but with regard to the APC constitution, it did say, I think something like 2 years before presidential elections, a convention, hold a convention for elect the leadership. So therefore, it is incumbent on the ruling on the party. And in fact, I think there's a distinction. If the party didn't have power, then a 1 year. If they're in opposition, then a 2 years. But the needful needs to be done, and this is by law. Correct, Super?
Yes. I mean, again, when the people were elected, they tell when you contest election, so maybe they're electing a constituency executive or district executive, they tell you have 2 years mandate. Then the national executive then gets 3 years mandate. So this is when you mandate done, these are the main organs of the political party. They all get mandate. If the mandate's done, the party allow the mandate done, we're not to court stop them. That means the party no longer functions as a political party, because you're not going to get no leadership from constituency, take on district, take on region, take on national. So even the mandate, even a part of what you don't talk, so even the mandate where the executive gets, it comes to an end. So that's enough overlap. As soon as when that mandate they come to an end, if we don't do election for renew the mandate of the new executive when they come in. So it is very important that election go ahead. The only thing no more we go make the election stop if not a court order say okay, like how what's be happening last time say we can no longer go ahead with this election until so the executive order will go still there pending whatever verdict. But we're not seeing anything like that for the sort because we know say the party as it stands, they follow the diktat of the law, both to the in relation to the APC 2022 constitution and also they in line with the Constitution of Sierra Leone. So we are very, very optimistic in that regard that come 2026, we go all with national convention and we'll get to national executive and with flag bearer as well.
So when they trash the current executive and label them as illegal, are their claims founded? I know you've explained something to that effect. Is there any legitimacy, if you like, to the claim when they make?
Not at all. Not at all. We all see this current executive, we are elected. And that election was approved by PPRC, when the body was responsible for regulate political parties. That don't give
for all political parties.
So the idea that they're not legitimate is really for the bad, because it's like I don't go to the exam board don't approve me, say I'm a result this, I don't get them. So it's 100% legitimate. And not only do the election was supervised by PPRC, and it was accepted and approved, and it went into an election, and we all see, so because the election way elects the flag bearer, the convention will elect the flag, now elect the executive there as well. So the idea that they're not legit is really something. I mean, if people think they're not legit, why do you not challenge them in the court? They don't challenge them because they know they're legit. Because when if they're not legit, by then time for their court. But they don't say they get.
Which leads me to the question, Super, that this issue of court, which you just mentioned, which is the legitimate way to go about things, has been abandoned by a certain segment of the society, and to some degree, people in the All People's Congress, somewhere where they're supposed to seek redress, it's been trashed for good reasons. But that not means you can't still go and go lodge complaint if you get a complaint, because if you don't lodge the complaint, where else do you seek redress? And how do you get the redress where you seek?
Indeed. And that is very important. Yes, we all get we own doubts. We get to wait about the legal system, but that is a legal system where we get. Now, the only legal way for do something for challenge anything where you say it go wrong against you, now that country. So, like it or hate it, we get to go through that process. The person gets any legitimate grievance. Go to court. I remember when that law society where we get us coming. Even they all went to court. They all went to court, and that's important.
Okay.
You know.
So let's move on, because we quickly run out of time, and I guess something very important for cover. I want to draw a juxtaposition between the old constitution of APC and the new constitution, and certain, probably case study if you like academic, then we like for say. And this is the issue with eligibility, I believe, under the section of eligibility. Chapter 5 of the Constitution, we talk about elections, okay? So, chapter 5, you see, I say you're very familiar with and I think I want to talk about, is this section 54 in particular, for members to vote. What does it really say, and what it mean, where it say for members to vote? I'm asking this question just before I lay it, that whether it's cast in stone, even though not law, but obviously there are always ambiguities, even in the law. So I'm asking for, because of your family.
You kind of break up.
Date of whatever event they can we need votes, elections or convention, whichever. I think I lost Supermed briefly. Super, are you there?
Yeah, I don't come out. No, I lost you briefly. I think you don't come back here.
So yeah, I think the network they play up, the exchange network again in the play up. So for members for get the eligibility for vote, then for don't be member for up to a year and paid up for up to a year. Our compromises were made. Election calendar, I think the election before then. So compromises were made, and then by 2022, I think the constitution changed from that of the old to that of the new. Amendments were made, and etc. Does this still remain the established procedure within the APC that for let you participate in an election, you get for don't be 1 year fully paid up? And that will also mean you're more than a year or a year old at the party. Does that still remain the same?
It still remains the same. It still remains the same. Yes, indeed. It still remains the same. And that is why they be set up that registration and verification very in time for make people able to deal with that issues there.
Okay. My next question to you, Super, is the new constitution, does it precedent? Well, of course, it sounds like a little bit of a silly question, but there's a reason behind it. Whether the new constitution takes precedent over the old, or are there things that run parallel, both with the new and the old, that the new brought over from the old, which remains, like sacrosanct?
Okay, that is a very good question, actually. Not a silly question. It's a very important question because, constitution, people like what you can write and what's not the intention can differ. There are certain aspects of this constitution where some legal people, they argue, say, now a continuation from the 1995 constitution. They say a continuation. Some people, they say, no, a completely new start from the 2022, because there was a question that, okay, the former leader and former flag bearer, Dr. Samura Kamara, don't stand to say the constitution. You say that to
yeah, I think the internet don't begin to play up seriously now. Come on now.
Are they you?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Yes. So some people, they say, well, that means say enough for stand again. Some people, they say no, because of the only stand the second term. Now under the new constitution, it means he only don't stand one term. But again, there was ambiguity for that particular aspect. Say will not be clear. We would need some legal people for diverging to and therefore see. But people I would believe that this new constitution beginning a clean slate. While some people believe say this new constitution is a continuation of the old. Some say we continue. So that is something very ambiguous, and I believe as we go along will be clarified. But I'm of the belief that this new constitution now a clean state, and it begins from 2022 going forward. So anything, because again the law is not retrospective. You will say waiting, we don't begin and they go back with this new law, go use them back at that old thing. So I'm more of the belief that this new constitution now a clean state, and from 2022 going forward, waiting day now applies. So I believe say if Dr. Samuel Akama want contest back, he will get right for contest as the second term. Because the first term is contest under the 2022, now in first term. So this will be second. Because that term contest in 2018 have been the old constitution. But again, some people they say no, they beg to differ. But until
so if I may ask this, one man's meat is another man's poison. A advantage somebody and disadvantage another person. And a particular case here, I think somebody asked, I think it's Delwyn asked, and I want to ask that particular question with regard to the constitution where you just explained to we just now. So if we should go by what you just explained and by the new constitution, then Sam Sumana, to be specific now calling names, will not be qualified as a candidate for the position of a flag bearer.
Yes, if you go strictly by the new constitution, indeed, because again, the constitution says you forbid 5 years continuous paid up membership. Now we don't know when if Sam Sumana take a membership card after 2022, because we know now 2022 they get that convention, or 2023 I think they get the convention. Sorry, if that they approve and say all man they don't need to come back to the party. If you take a membership 2023, then if you check out the 2026, it not reach 5 years. However, people argue say it could have been reinstated because the ruling where them take away make the expel the party. That ruling now they don't find out say that particular ruling may not be it not be legal, not be all water, because one party witness then the key witness they don't can say the evidence will be give against former Vice President Chief Alhaji Sam Sumana, not to credible evidence to begin a lie panel. So people only support Chief Alhaji Sam Sumana, now they say, well, if that person is a lie and that evidence can be used for expelling from the party, that means say that expulsion will not be legal in the first place. So that means say he was still a member, not the party. So that argument is another one set of arguments. But strictly according to the constitution, like you said, if now after that 2023 convention, it take a membership back, it wouldn't meet the 5 year criteria. That would not make it not able to qualify. But again, the other people will say, well, so they might have a early convention, they might have some constitutional amendments, so on and so forth, where that is up to the party and the NAC and the party membership if they so deem fit. But again, if we go by the constitution as it is, as what you asked, that 5-year clause is quite specific and clear. It wasn't ambiguous at all, very clear. I said 5-year continuous membership. That means not for go can. If for them from year 1 to year 5, not for communal party at all. They you fully paid up from year 1 to year 5. So if you're looking at that, and by the time again for doing the convention, because if he gets the membership back 2023, although election 2028, but the convention will be 2026. So that by then the 5-year not reach it. So he will not be able to contest. If not able for contest, then he'll not be able to be a flag bearer. So, but again, there are people who differ in that assessment, say, because if the evidence will be used against them, when they expel them, that evidence they don't can discover, say that evidence say not a reliable evidence, then that means the expulsion not be legal in the first place.
Yeah, I mean that's a serious case there. But the idea is the man not been just sit down after the expulsion and just fed in case, believing that he was innocent. So he kept fighting on. But he then moved on, formed a political party, became the head of the party.
That's another very important point you just highlight. Other people that argue say, well, the fact that he was gazetted as a leader of another political party, and according to the constitution of Sierra Leone, you cannot be in two parties at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So how is APC willing to resolve this issue now when the law of the country itself can come inside and by PPRC standards and etc., it's just not workable even if the APC decides, say, well, the evidence that was given against you was unfair, so therefore we're willing for restitute you, but then you be not go compromise to another side, which means that we can waive the 5 years, say you're not being paid because we've been wronging you. But then you form another political party. We get for do with the country now. This is not only the All People's Congress. This is not only
APC. Exactly. That's a very good point because again, that law then align big pass APC now.
Yeah.
And that law they don't make a clear say you can only be now one party, and you were a leader of another party, and you were gazetted. So that means that during the time you being a leader for that party, you are no longer member of the APC.
Super. I want to let you throw light on the convention. Was it in 2021, 22, somewhere around there, where the then chair of the party, the former president, Aneskroma, I think he made a declaration. And prior to that, we know the Ambassador Usman Yansane, who was the secgen of the party, issued a letter of pardon and acceptance into the party to Sumana. I hope I'm getting this right, confused with my little bit of history. And then on that basis, they then say it will be advisable when they go to convention, but a letter has already been given to him that he will be accepted into the party based on the convention that was upcoming. And at that convention, I believe Aneskroma made a declaration to the delegates, and there was a unanimous yes for bring Sumana again. Does that have any impact going forward on the particular issue we're talking about?
What happened? The letter, he got the letter in 2021 or so, but the convention will take place till 2023 because of the court's injunction will be happen. Where say the 2023 convention where APC do.
So just a quick one, Super. So the 2023 convention getting the letter 2021, but the 2023 convention was the one that was supposed to validate or invalidate the
Indeed, because there was no convention until then. You see, that's there was no convention until then. So if the convention would have happened 2021, then if it be validated and then it will be unqualified. But because they're not be able to do convention, because the party they end up for going to court, and the court, the executive was suspended. If you remember, when we get that interim body, will be the governing party.
Yeah.
So they're not be able to make the convention till 2023. And at that time, now they go approve the all. Because although the NAC be able to get a letter, for me, he admit them the highest body in the party, the national convention, the national delegates. So the letter was pending. Say we don't accept you, we don't accept you back at the party, pending approval from the national delegates. So that was the issue, and the convention not be able to happen till 2023, and we see what happened in 2020. They approve, but again, some people will argue. So well, that is when membership started, and 2023 to 2026 is only 3 years.
Yes, and there was a new constitution and an old constitution, and the old constitution, and then the process begin. Does that then nullify, once the new constitution come into being, does that then nullify that old process? Is like starting all over again? Will that have been the case? Is that the case?
But that's the most difficult aspect of it, because with the new constitution, it don't take precedence now. So if maybe don't commit crime, well, that law not be there, well, this not be there. Once this new law don't come now, the next take again go judge me that old crime, you know. Now from the time when this new law come, now they take effect. And from the time this new law come, former vice president was not a member, because the new constitution was adopted in 2022, and in the approval 2023 convention. So you can see it's a very
for use the word, if I see the anomaly, that's a favorite word of yours.
Yes. So the only way now is probably if the party do a early convention, a mini convention, say one look at this issue of 5 years, amend that 5 years clause. That's the only time. Say, okay, well, they reduce them to 2 years, or they reduce them to 3 years. Then that will make them qualify. Many other people qualify, but some people say no. That is a very fundamental clause, because if you just go make them just too quick, somebody can jump from one party, jump, he can't stand quick. It's not good for the party.
Yes, super. So there's definitely a constitutional crisis in the making, and the question to that effect would be that would definitely have an impact, or have you foreseen that this is going to be an issue at the upcoming 2026? What do you make of it?
No, it will. It's an issue already, but I think the issue, although it's difficult, but the APC as a party has to allow the law to take its course. Because let me say, if APC do something against the law, then any other person will sue the APC. So if in the interest of helping you cannot put your own institution into jeopardy. That is the other big issue. Because any Alfred Peter can't take it on the side, say, well, the APC, they don't infringe their own constitution. And as a member, and feel say this executive one, they no longer get the authority for govern. And you go make that case in a court, you're probably going to win if they do anything like that. And again, the APC go back to whose side they become what?
Well, exactly, Super. Because again, with such issues, and this is just only one, and there will be many, because people are hell-bent on pulling the party back into court and other ways them, just for bring the party down when they get serious issue of contesting an election, to throw out a government potentially that has not been able to meet the needs and the welfare of its people, as was promised, before and during the elections. So this is a problem in the making. But having said this, Super, there are a few questions here. Somebody just say, because he mentioned you directly, that there were no lights and water under the APC, because the person they make this remark, because you said this government not get lights and water. What do you say to that?
Well, the jury is what may be observed. Obviously, I'm not 100% bail, but most of the people will tell you that there was light where Nescoma came 2007, saying 100 days. I remember what they used during the late president Ahmed Jakaba, and they using small Kabata generator.
Yeah.
So when Nescoma came to power, 100 days and there was light. I went to Adela Bidela Tong. I see People they complain, say, hey, but me drink along, this light said me drink along, broke box in my fridge because the light said agree for go. There was lights.
Yes, and I can support that version there because yes, I was there myself, and
Yes.
we know already as a matter of fact that under Pakaba, and I don't think they will blame Pakaba because Pakaba came during the
just
war.
After the war, exactly.
Yeah. So we need to understand these timelines. That I don't forget the output in terms of watts because believe in that as soon as they mentioned electricity. It been down completely. Then we'll give under 30 minutes or 20 minutes. I remember people in the other, oh, light don't come. Now road 9 day between Usai lights come for 30 minutes, then take come. So that's a fact. And then APC under Anaskoma increase. You don't have to be an APC member for let you know this or
20 megawatts and nearly
so Mr. So
80
no,
megawatts.
I do fundamentally disagree with that. Super, we've come to the end of the program, but I just want to report a few things quickly because you begin the program on the basis of being critical of the government, which you and I have been doing for quite a significant period of time. And it's well-founded. It's not out of malice. The evidence is there. Elections, it seems far away, but 3 years inside electoral cycle, not short time.
Very short, yes.
Yeah, very, very short time. And tomorrow belongs to those who are preparing for it today. What do you think about the current government? I have an idea what you think, but it's been a while. And a lot don't happen since then. And as some of it will talk, so the argument is still being made that that one did not be get water, that did not be get light, where the evidence speaks to the contrary. And when you try to correct that, you are accused of either being a member of your XYZ and not being Sierra Leonean enough. But what do you think about the country as a whole right now?
When the country as a whole, even the president in the last speech where we go make way, the Meki Uman president of those West African African presidents, he himself said more or less said that it could not change. But I always say it changed the country, but it changed the country for the worse. Because if you look at the situation of the country now, from the cost of living, the currency, the jobs, the basic infrastructures, everything go backwards. It not even stop usai Mitamo. They went backwards. It is just clear. I mean, I believe even some people they say will be very dogmatic in supporting the government. Them say but accept say yes. Usai President Malabiobi take 2018 and usai the country they elect today. It went backward. It only take 2018. 500,000 leons was about 1,100,000 francs Guinean. 500,000, 1,100,000 francs Guinean. As I talk right now, so 1 million leons is about 300 francs Guinean. Just watch nobody how the leons collapse from that perspective. When it take power, a bag of rice was 217,000 leons. Now a bag of rice is 1 million leons. And again, we're going to talk about it relatively because the minimum wage structure, it more or less did the same. I think about it was 600. I think about 700 or 800 or so. So you can see the difference. For say the inflation go the other way, because again, if my wages go up and everything go up, yes, that's fine. Like you will live with them. But if my wage remains stagnant, more or less, then everything more than triple in price. There are some things where the price go up more than 200%.
Yeah.
Look, yesterday I see women in protest for when they put container na China. They say when they put 40 feet container in China before, it was cost them about $5,000. The government overnight on ASAM or don't project for ASAM to $10,000. Wow. That is a 100% increase.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. It's not, you cannot run a country that way.
But you have to feel sorry for the government as well because they are in a dire strait. There's no money.
That is the problem. When they say you're not going to squeeze stone for pull what's up now.
Yeah, but I'm not implying in any shape, sense, or form that they for go pull a vengeance upon the people because that is not helpful. And this is where the crisis is
in fact, it compounds the problem more and more. Because if government wants scrap of cash, government might think of wait, we don't go up in plenty new embassy. Probably we need to close them down. We cannot afford to run so many embassies.
They have got no such intent because they keep doing it, and you can understand the government in psychology by now, which is about rewarding. These are all calculated political moves. It's not economically beneficial to the country. It's just political. Employ people, then send them away. You surrogate them, you members them, because you have to create jobs for them at the expense of the country. It's like they don't care anymore. And I say,
yes, but again, Prince, the government for think one thing. Say, well, listen, I get for able run myself. If I'm able to run myself as a country, obviously with all the aid, with all the grants what they fed for, then what's in the country? Because if you create so many, the embassies, they're even more expensive for run past ministries.
Absolutely.
You see?
You need foreign money as well for paying people.
You want to make you say like saying America gets embassy outside because America has world power.
They can afford it.
They can afford it and they get beaucoup profits per back. Because they go open the country and always control the country.
But pardon me, whilst we're on this issue of embassy, it's something we don't bother me for quite a while. Of course, I understand the psychology, like I say. But how can you push yourself up to a point where you look like almost suicidal economically?
Exactly.
Okay? Because of the embassy there where you open, you don't see the viability of her. You don't see the bilateral interest in them.
Nothing.
How does each side benefit each other than just creating an embassy where you get for they go spend money? Where you have to
make any sense. It's like this, and they go begin spend money like mocks where I don't get no money.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
But let me ask you, I get two. I get
only 1,000 in London. Therefore, come back and not get 10 tickets.
Super. I know the way it comes to being critical about the government, you get non-stop. So, but I still get 2-3 questions for you, and then we go end the show. Somebody asked in the chat room about whether the diaspora delegates, them will be truly represented and how effective, diaspora delegates will be.
Well, unfortunately, the diaspora, they would let yourself down. We have to say this truth. People in the diaspora would let yourself down. There is a process where they don't involve the diaspora. The diaspora need to take the bull by the horn now, run with it. But again, there's some sort of somewhere in the diaspora leadership where they falter big time. It is really unfortunate. The party, I feel say for me, we the diaspora for set an example. So we're able to administrate, but we don't seem to be doing it. We struggle big time. So we influence in terms of the next coming convention. I think I say it will be very weak, just by virtue that we're able to administrate with self. And we will expect, say, there is talent, there is all of these sort of things, experiences. For them able to administer with self, they will say, oh, they go now in a turn for go shake tail. It could be very, very counterproductive because the people down at turn go talk and say, well, even for us, I'll possibly make phone. So it's really unfortunate. I'm thinking that the impact of the diaspora will be very, very weak, to be honest.
And there's also another question, I believe, from the same man, Mr. Thomas. Do the delegates selected really represent the will of the grassroots at the NDC?
Well, unfortunately, the delegates will be about 1,000 plus. The party probably gets over 2 million membership. But democracy, not democracy. The delegates represent the party membership. So, one way or the other, whatever decision they take, they're supposed to take it on behalf of the party membership. So we hope they will think from that trajectory. But again, a democracy and this indirect democracy operates like that. And unfortunately, it's going to be so impossible for, say, there are only 2 million people and vote. It will just be chaotic. So that is why I get this representative democracy. Sometimes it's not the best, but it is the best out of the worst forms of government. I think somebody be quote and they say democracy is actually not the best, but it's the best out of the worst. So because democracy could also be very evil, but again, that is democracy.
Absolutely. Me too. Final question, Super. You can answer them not in a particular order. Answer them as you wish. And one of them will be on the basis of optimism of returning to power. We did discuss this a lot of times, here in the past, and there was plenty of optimism based on the political climate, which implied that if such a situation exists, then a government at that time will not survive. But the government did survive. I don't want to talk about, what games were played, because that way implies similar games will be played. But even if we do agree that games were played and similar games will be played, I mean, where do you stand this time? Although it's 3 years away, and we agree, say 3 years in a short time in a political cycle, that the Marabiu government is toast, is over. And if anything else should be applied, APC is quite prepared this time for counter whatever application this government will do. And we therefore also get on the back of we mind say, they still wield power, and wielding power means you get access to the national purse, the treasury, you get the intelligence services behind you, and the police and the army, and all the institutions of state, you're there to your advantage. So I want to let you consider that. And my final question will be, do you still harbor, of course, you are a political individual out and out, that harbor significant political ambitions. And sometimes that ambition drives you to a point where you try to make people for understand something they wouldn't, because you want them to see it in your own way. But that's not the issue for tonight based on the question. It's about, do you still harbor those intentions, as a parliamentarian, or have you moved beyond that, looking for something higher up?
Okay, thank you very much, Brother Prince Emil Kuma, and thanks to the people who watch me. And before I delve into your question, I just want to respond quickly to Delvin make a comment, say the delegates are selected, not elected to be delegates. It's not democracy. No, the delegates are going to be elected. That is why we have that lower level election where they come maybe sometimes October or November. So those delegates, we are not going to go vote. Then they begin from the constituency level. They are going to be elected, and those are going to be the delegate that votes in the national convention come 2026. All of them are going to be elected. In terms
of super, whilst you answer, Delwin, I will also want to let you respond to this last person as well. Yeah, okay, go ahead, please.
Somebody they say if I want the price for rice for go down or for allow competition, maybe APC give monopolies. Yes, if APC give monopolies or they did not give monopolies, but we know so when APC be like governance, the right bag of rice now 200 and something thousand.
Absolutely. I don't know why Mr. So is asking.
Yes. So and now the bag of rice are 1 million news. So what happened? So that now
and the president will make a campaign promise that it's not tolerable for sell rice at 500,000 or 600,000 or 200,000.
200,000, yes. He said it was too expensive.
That's not acceptable. That was his campaign, mantra. But carry on, please.
Moving forward, I think one good thing will come out of waiting happen at the 2023 election. Now the tripartite committee and work where they come up with those 84 recommendations. Those 84 recommendations, when implemented, then go strengthen with electoral processes.
Yeah. Forget about the comments, Super. Go ahead and or else you're not going to end the show tonight.
Yes. Then they then go strengthen electoral processes and procedures, and the election will be more transparent. So that is why the APC and the international community, moreover the American ambassador or the British High Commissioner, they always a push for make sure say those recommendations are implemented. So I think it is incumbent on APC and all political stalwarts in Sierra Leone for make sure say we strengthen with democracy, because no go on this back and forth all the time, and want the will of the people to be represented. And I believe say this time along, the This time, the political parties they will not accept anything other than a free, fair, and transparent election. And the APC as a political party has communicated that times without number. So we believe the 2028 election will be the will of the people. And looking at what we have now, even some strong SLPP stalwarts, they more or less given up. We see even the SLPP to themselves, they fed themselves openly. Tell themselves they all don't fail. So it is not an hidden secret anymore. Even if you go now, the so-called stronghold of the SLPP in the southeast, people and they when they place an election candidate, when they vote the government out. So it is the trajectory is going one way. That is why they call on, they appeal on all APC comrades, more of APC comrades in the diaspora, for make we come together, make we work for the interests of the party and the country, because we owe to the country, to the people. The people are counting on APC for deliver. So it's just a matter of time. As far as me concerned, I don't get no political ambition as it stands. Waiting, now me focus at it stand, now for support me party, the APC. So that the APC will be there in better position come 2028 for win the election in a landslide. Then also for support me party with ideas then. Contribute ideas then. Because it's not just about winning election. It's about delivering for the people of Sierra Leone. And I believe say in that particular area there, with my little experience where I don't get, I'm going to give me a small contribution. Vis-a-vis one of the perennial problem where we get now in that sub-region there, when that poor healthcare, where we say, Mr. So don't get people who have be sabi. When they say they get kidney problem, it's like they tell them now you're going to die so and so time. And indeed they die. And there's so many problems there. One guy be get heart attack, he survived for nearly 4 days. But he needed a bypass, triple bypass operation. But unfortunately, that triple bypass operation, they know where to be found. So he survived for 4 days from the tragedy heart attack. He died. So how are we going to deal with these problems? That's your center focus. I know many Sierra Leoneans when they're in the diaspora, we don't retire, we go wish for go sit down back home. But the worry say we cannot go back home because there is no health care. Not for the pay the money for, because they get pension, they get money for pay. But they want maybe for say, make them get the proper hospital and the proper doctors and the nurses them and the equipment for diagnose them. If they get problem and then treat them, we all know so a person on the old, they get small things where they go and bug. You see, so it is very important in that regard that we look at these issues and begin to think about how Sierra Leone as a country go copy good examples then. Places like Ghana, places like Ivory Coast, Senegal, where yes, if you get the money, you sick, then they're able to treat you just like how they can treat you in any other advanced country. Then get this specialist doctor and they then get the instruments and they for when they go to treat you. The worst thing per motor man, now for let you sick, like that guy they will be sick, they get this heart attack. All man knows say, hey, but if they do bypass operation, they survive. If they don't if they see say they die so, you know, say this, if not be on a side, then treatment for be survive. It is very, very painful. Very painful. And I cannot see we country for able to stabilize and encourage investment, foreign direct investment into the country, even if we not sort out their health sector. Because if you're a big millionaire in Europe, I want to establish that salon there. And they also worry about my health care. Although I can able to travel all the time, but some emergency can meet you. Let's say, Lord forbid it, you get a heart attack. The need for the operation by instantly. Probably there is no flight. They will never affect for the flight. They will get flights almost 2 days. You don't die. So all of those things, they inhibit potential investment for Canada country, but for benefit the country. So healthcare for me, one of the very serious issue where APC come, where I will feel set for make a plan on how for tackle them. There are many ways where we don't see where other countries don't do them. Where they invite medical companies for Canada country, give them a free pass and they pay no tax. They not only stop you, they subsidize them. If the medical company say, well, for now we run for 1 whole year, now we will expert them, we'll do everything. And it costs me 10 million. For now we will make a lot break even, not get small thing. The government will say, okay, we not do them. If the money owner for supposed to government not get them, if not 2 or 3 million, who they subsidize or they pay now. That balance the whole life. I think that will make a huge difference. It will be a sustainable healthcare system now. So don't forget, the neighboring countries get very poor healthcare. So you go see people will come out Guinea, can salon for can't take healthcare. People will come out Liberia, can salon for healthcare. And before you imagine, that company will no longer need to be subsidized. They will get enough clientele for able break even. So that time will not say any kind of critical condition where you get a salon, for that get the money no more, we'll go able to treat you. And we know now social media, people they fundraise. But now there's only the fundraise. Oh, they say they're going to go to India, they're going to go to Ghana, and it just makes it more difficult, more expensive. So these are the things that some of we try for bring to the attention of the party, where the party come into governance. By the will of God, come 2028, say these are issues if we deal with them, it gets ripple effects. Plenty things will be benefited by us having some sort of healthcare way at least sustainable. Because we cannot just depend on NGOs. We go invite one doctor, the doctor come for 1 week, it's getting people to go back. Healthcare for let you benefit in it will be sustainable. So these are the things, some of the things that we think about. But look at the tourism sector.
There is so much more that you're thinking about, but hopefully when the party comes to power, it's not only words, but action as well. But again, final thought, Super, in terms of your ambitions as a politician, still harboring parliamentary ambitions, or you are now focusing on something else, politically speaking?
Politically speaking, I'm not harboring parliamentary ambition anymore. I think I could better serve my country or better help my party working in terms of profiling policies where will be beneficial to the nation in general. I think the contribution will be well utilized. That not go pigeonhole myself like a parliamentary position where you have to work with so many people and we know the back and forth. You say A, somebody say B, somebody, and nothing gets done. But if you get access to the government and the advisor, I believe there are many things I could do. Look at the tourism sector. Again, you could use the same approach. Talk to them big tour operators, them, the Thompson, the Cosmos. Say what they do now, this one whole peninsula area. We don't let them pay no tax, we don't let them buy the land, everything are free for the next 25 years. We don't let them build a hotel them, we don't build a restaurant them, we don't let club them, we don't casinos them, and we don't guess when they come back, the tourists them, we they make $5 for visa fee. We go there in an ticket. We go to Canada, we go take charter flights. Before you imagine, I don't make out of tourism. But if you think about the employment they go create thousands and thousands of employment directly and hundreds of thousands of employment indirectly.
And the tax base as well.
You see,
so yes, it's a beautiful proposal there, a good policy initiative, because you create employment opportunity for the people them, and then people and they are happy, they are healthy, then they make money, and then they pay back into the system because there's money to go around.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for the able to pay for them for go to school, then they able to pay for go hospital, then they able to buy food, and so many. So the government, not to you for worry for get money. If you people that get money, you can't get go round. The country can go around, you see. So for let you say, oh, I can't pay me tax quick. No, eventually, when you don't stabilize, good one, then money they come to you. You know, so there are many things we government for you do, but what we can put the cat before the horse. Don't forget the community that they take we say we country like a fragile country, now a post-conflict country. So for make investor go na salon for go invest, you need to give them good incentive. We go say, my return will be very good if I go salon. You know, because the risks are greater. You see? So when we get an incentive, then they say, okay, you land on a free for you, and you don't pay tax for almost years, you this, that. Before remember, because again, the tourism sector, you cannot only build, you need to build infrastructure. The infrastructure and the hotels, the restaurant, the bar, the nightclub, the casino, all of those sorts of things. Right now, you can go salon. 2,000-3,000 tourists there. We don't have for lodging. It's supposed to be lodging and hosting because we hotel capacity not big enough. So on that note, I hope say with the APC people they will look at from the bigger picture. Say, now we come together, now we unite, and now we forge ahead and prepare ourselves for take governance come 2028. And I want to tell you again, thank you very much, Prince Emil Kuma, then and now for the opportunity for there. I talked to Famule, listen me, and subsequently listen to this interview and realize the APC gets a bigger fish for fry. So on that note, thank you very much and bye-bye.
Yes, that was the voice of Supermed, very enlightening, very hands-on, and I don't know how much more for lay emphasis on the points the way he just clarified. And this goes a long way. And family need for open their ears, and their eyes for see what's being laid out here. Issues then will be addressed, concerns for our lay people and fears, and etc. etc. I can't say much more because it has already all of it been said on this particular program. On that note, Supermed, many thanks, fans. Many thanks for watching. I hope we will continue for share. The TNN podcast is back and we are here to stay. And there are more stories and guests coming your way. But for let we continue to have very powerful guests. The algorithm has to be, vibrant, shaking. In other words, support the platform. Continue to give you comments there respectfully. Acknowledge the platform. Use the emoticons, the symbols. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Please continue for comment. And comments are very important. In behalf of the TNN, until we catch up again, I am Prince Emil Krumah. Say goodbye for now. Thanks for watching.